All right, guys, we are back. You are listening to K-Talk Radio, 1640 AM. This is the show, Utah Home Sweet Home. I am your guest. I'm actually your host. I'm your guest, Nate Lambert. We've got the host today, Yoshi Shiraki, in studios. I said that backwards. And it is time for the nightmare story. So, Nate, if you don't mind diving into the nightmare story, please, I would love to hear the lessons that were learned through this experience.
Awesome. I've got a real juicy one for you, if that's okay.
Yes, like juicy ones.
Yeah, and it kind of goes along the same theme we've been talking about with creative financing. So
awesome.
There was a guy. I'll just call him Joe.
Okay.
And Joe was behind on his mortgage.
Okay.
And this guy was a drug user. I mean, he used crack cocaine.
Wow.
He was also a hoarder. Okay, so he had, I'm not exaggerating when I say it was like stacked 5-6 feet up in the air, like all this stuff.
Wow.
In his house.
Yeah.
And so he was in a really bad situation, and I got called in again. I coach so many people. Yeah. And so sometimes I'm pulled in at the last minute to save a deal and make something happen. Right. So they said, "Hey, this guy's ready to go." This was Friday, right? Yeah. And he said he's going into the auctions on Monday, so we gotta do something like right away. And this was Friday. I'm like, okay, well let's get him in. Let's go to the title company. Let's. So literally, we're going, and I'm negotiating this deal with him. Yeah. And so we go to the title company to close, right? So I'm like, we gotta. If I'm gonna catch you up, he was behind $35,000. So I'm like, if I'm gonna send the bank $35,000, we need to have like a contract written and signed and recorded by the title company, because otherwise I'm exposed, and he could be like, "Oh, thanks for catching me up. Yeah, see you later." Right.
Changed my mind.
Exactly. So I mean, I knew how important that was. So we go to the title company, and this was nuts, because not only was he on crack, and he was also like an abusive husband, and his wife was like, "There's no way we're selling this." Like, whoa. She was like getting in the middle, and it was nuts. Like, so we were sitting at the title company like for 3 hours, like going back and forth. We were trying to get the payoff. I was negotiating behind the scenes with the wife. I'm like, okay, how about I'll get you a little extra behind the... he won't know. I'm going to get you a little extra money here. So I had to like be this mass negotiator like at the last minute. Right. And so we literally, it was like, because I had a relationship with this title company, I'd done a lot of deals there. They were so nice. They stayed open till 7. Oh, wow. We still didn't have everything done and negotiated, so literally they showed up on a Saturday for me. Oh my gosh! I'll never forget that they did this for me. So yes. They show up on Saturday, so I negotiate. Finally, like we get them both to sign, get the wife to sign, him to sign. Yes. And he was like kind of drugged out, and like, and he was actually in his full frame of mind at the time, but you could tell there were some effects of drugs. Yes. From the past. Right. Anyway, so close Saturday, I'm like, sweet. I'm like, I need to get this money to the bank. Like, the auction was at 9:30, and oh man, right when my bank opened, I sent a wire in at 9 o'clock, and because we had to get this thing off the auction block, right? Right. So I'm like, I send the wire like right at 9 a.m. sharp, and then I am on the phone with the bank's lawyers, and I'm like sending emails. I'm talking to like every last little bank official. Like I am like going crazy trying to get them to stop the auction. Right. And guess what happened, Yoshi? What happened? They didn't stop the auction. Oh, no. They sold the house to someone else at the auction. Like, I sent 5 emails that, they threw me up the chain of command. Yes. And it was a mess. But, so I was super discouraged. And then, I'm like, man, we did all this stuff and we didn't get this house. The title company went in on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, we pulled out all the stops. Yeah. But here's the exciting news. So you bought 2 days later. No, 2 days later. I think because I had sent so many emails of like my, my wire notifications and everything. Like, there was so much of a paper trail
Yes.
that I had actually caught this up before the auction happened, that they actually undid the sale.
No.
And I know the guy that bought it.
Way.
So they undid the sale and gave it to me like 2 days later. So like I went from being at top of, high as a kite when we finished negotiations to bottom of the barrel when when they sold to someone else, back to the top of the when they gave it to me, right? But the story doesn't end there. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
So it gets even better. So literally, this guy, we gave him like 30 days to get his crap out. But, I mean, he's got a lot of crap. I mean, and he was like on drugs, And so, we gave him some money, and I think he took all that money and just put it right into his veins,
Oh no, yes.
So he was like just sitting on his pile of crap, taking all his drugs into him.
Right.
And then, so he was out. He wasn't doing anything to move out, and his dad got involved, and his dad was like threatening to sue us, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is insane.
Yes.
So, so finally we ended up having we filed the evictions and everything.
Yeah.
Finally we went in, and they had 3 police officers like going in. This guy was threatening to commit suicide. I mean, it was so messy.
Wow.
But I got the dad on my side, and we got these 3 police officers, and they escorted this guy out of his house.
Wow.
And then we had, I'm not joking, we had 17 dumpsters.
Holy cow.
17 dumpsterfuls of just stuff.
I think my record's 6.
Yeah.
17?
I know, it was insane. And we put it in a place where he could come and get the stuff if he wanted to, so we tried to be fair with him. And then we also had like the contract. I mean, it was like gross, like dead cats. I think there were 4 dead cats.
Oh, jeez.
And so that was another wild ride getting him out.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we put it on. We finally like fixed it up. We got it on the market, and then it didn't sell. Like didn't sell. I'm like, what's going on? This is like a nice rehab.
Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden, out of the blue, it was like spring hit.
Yeah.
And like we had like 4 offers in a 24-hour period out of the blue.
Wow.
We made $101,000.
Wow.
So it was like, it had a lot of nightmare elements in there, right?
Yes.
But it was the craziest, most thrilling, exciting deal of my life.
Seriously.
We overcame the nightmares to just have an incredible home run hit.
That is fantastic. How did you find out 2 days later that you're getting it back? Did you just keep following up with more emails, or did you were like, okay, I'm done, I lost it, and then all of a sudden you got an email saying, hey, it's actually yours?
Yeah, I just got an email saying.
No way!
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa! That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. The guy who bought it at auction, do I know him?
I think so.
You'll have to tell me later. That is a really cool story. Fantastic. Wow, so that's amazing. So I've had a couple of those where I purchased a home from a landlord. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the two I'm thinking of that I purchased a home from a landlord and then had to evict the tenant because they refused to leave. Both of those scenarios, one was the mother, and her son hadn't paid her rent in over a year, and she was trying to help him. And so she told me, I didn't have the heart to evict my own son, so I'm selling the house because I can't keep the house. I'm paying his mortgage and my mortgage, and he's supposed to be paying me rent. I helped him buy the house. So one was a mother to a son, and the other one was a son to a father. The son was renting it to his dad, and his dad hadn't paid him rent in like a year. And so the son's like, same thing. He's like, I don't have the heart to evict my dad, but I can't afford to keep paying his house. So the son sold it to us, and we had to evict the father. So I know what that's like. It's not a fun experience to show up with the sheriffs, and you're telling someone they've got to now leave. I usually, the sheriff tells me, don't get out of the car, stay in the car. I was like, yeah, happily, I don't plan on getting out of the car until he's gone. So yes, I could visualize all of this. 3 sheriffs showing up to the house, and that's amazing. So, okay, very cool. Thank you for sharing that, Nate. We are going to take another commercial break, and then when we come back, we are going to ask Nate how you guys can, one, get in touch with him. As you mentioned, he coaches a lot of people in the world of real estate, and so, maybe, we talked earlier about taking the whole analysis of paralysis and taking action. Maybe you just need somebody to help you take some action. So, we will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere, and stay tuned.